Now bear with me on this because it actually happened and Jean Johansson has the story.
It was back in 2007. An anonymous man carrying a bundle of rags arrived at the National Library of Scotland.
A gentleman walked in with a poly bag and said, "I got this and thought you might be interested."
He claimed it was found hidden in a chimney, but what was thought to be rags actually turned out to be a very rare map of the world.
Put into storage to be studied at a later date, it remained untouched for almost a decade.
That is until April this year, when Conservator Claire Thompson was tasked with turning those rags, quite literally, into riches.
It was in such bad condition. There was only just over 50% actually still there. A lot of it had been eaten away.
It looks like a jigsaw puzzle. Is that how you approached it?
So the first thing I did was to dry clean it with soft brushes and a tiny vacuum. Then humidified it. I then put a facing onto the front of the map, and that just held everything together. The map could then be washed, then relined. I've worked in the library for over 30 years, and this is by far the most challenging project I've had to date.
But Claire's hard work has paid off, revealing an impressive 7 by 5 foot map, which offers curator Paula Williams some very valuable clues.
What we have is the Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere dividing the world up into two. And what it does is reflect the explorations, particularly of the Dutch at the time.
I've spotted a quite dapper character here, Wilhelmus III.
That's William III and Mary. And that allows us to date the map around about 1690. The map would have been printed originally, we think, in Amsterdam, and they probably only made a maximum of a couple of hundred of them.
What about the countries? Because I spotted one here, Hollandia Nova, that's New Holland, but to me it looks a bit like Australia.
It is Australia, but it's only part of Australia.
So this is how the map maker thought the world looked?
Yes,
okay.
Or the person who was paying the map maker.
How did this end up in a chimney in Aberdeen?
It could be just that it was simply to stop a draft, or it could be to do with William and Mary. He became a villainous character and quite contentious, and you might not want people to think that you were a William sympathiser. Or it could just have been the cold wind in Aberdeen.
Yeah, keep the cold wind out. But what we still don't know is who handed it in.
Well, thanks to a bit of detective work, we've tracked him down, and I'm on my way to Aberdeen to meet him.
Brian, how did you come across this map?
Well, I actually didn't find it. It was a friend of mine. He was working renovating an old house, and this map fell out the ceiling basically. He brought it in to show it to me.
How did you feel? It must have been quite
I
exciting.
was very excited to do this, and then I was actually quite terrified because as he touched it, it fell apart again. I contacted the museum, the National Library of Scotland, so they had a look at it, and then I thought, well, that's it.
Are you ready to see your bag of rags now? Let's have a look.
Gosh, you can see the two orbs. My goodness.
Isn't that amazing?
And it was just a bag of rags.
Sometimes I think everything happens for a reason, and this map ended up in the hands of a geography teacher who just happens to love maps, so maybe it was fate.
Maybe it was everything.
Thank you, Jean. Now, we've been talking about kings and queens this evening.